time. It's always vanishing. The commute, the errands, the work functions, the meetings, selling your car. Unless you sell your car with Carvana. Get a real offer in minutes. Get it picked up from your door. Get paid on the spot. So fast, you'll wonder what the catch is. There isn't one. We just respect you and your time. Oh, you're still here? Move along now. Enjoy your day. Sell your car today.
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
Rinse takes your laundry and hand delivers it to your door, expertly cleaned and folded. So you could take the time once spent folding and sorting and waiting to finally pursue a whole new version of you. Like Tea Time You. Or this Tea Time You. Or even this Tea Time You.
So did you hear about Dave?
Or even Tea Time You.
So update on Dave.
It's up to you. We'll take the laundry. Rinse. It's time to be great.
This is Optimal Health Daily, Why the Biggest Loser is Turning Us into Losers by Steve Kamb of nerdfitness.com. And I'm Dr. Neil, your host and narrator. Welcome back to another week of Optimal Health Daily. This is where I read to you from some of the best health and fitness blogs on the web, kind of like an ongoing audiobook. And we have 5 shows where we narrate blogs for you, covering a bunch of different topics. Check them all out by searching for Optimal Living Daily wherever you're hearing this. So before we get to Steve's post, I want to share with you a quick intro story. I used to work as a health educator for a large medical organization here in the US, and as part of being a health educator, I would instruct classes to help people lose weight. And I remember when The Biggest Loser first came out, the patients I was educating, they started to ask, well, why can't we do something like that? Why can't we have a competition to see who loses the most weight, just like The Biggest Loser? And let's just say I wish I had Steve's post that I'm about to read to you back then, because then I could just say, here, read this. But this time, I'm going to read it for you. So let's get right to the post as we optimize your life. Why the Biggest Loser is Turning Us into Losers by Steve Kamb of nerdfitness.com. The Biggest Loser is an inspiring hour of television in which severely overweight people shed their extra pounds in a very short amount of time. The idea is that we think, hey, if they can lose that much weight, maybe I can too. But the New York Times dug into what happens to many contestants from the show after filming ends. The results weren't good. Quote, out of 14 contestants studied, 13 have regained weight. 4 contestants are heavier today than they were before the competition began. End quote. When we combine this with another recent study that showed, quote, the chance of returning to a normal weight after becoming obese is only 1 in 210 for men and 1 in 124 for women over a year. End quote. So things look a bit gloomy. Why are these people struggling to maintain their lost weight or even gaining back more weight than they lost in the first place? Is there a solution that works, or are we essentially screwed? Here's why The Biggest Loser is churning out losers and how we can win instead. Temporary fixes don't last. Duh. Why is The Biggest Loser so unsuccessful for most contestants on the show in the long term? Think of it like a giant diet or detox lasting 5 to 7 months. These are contestants, clearly battling biology, genetics, potential depression, and other issues, but then also have every resource and financial incentive to lose as much weight as quickly as possible. Before they got onto the show, the dark forces fighting for Team Unhealthy were far stronger. Then the show adds a ton of power, a ridiculous amount, to Team Health. Listen to this story about one contestant. Quote, sequestered on the Biggest Loser ranch with the other contestants, Mr. Cahill exercised 7 hours a day, burning 8,000 to 9,000 calories, according to a calorie tracker the show gave him. He took electrolyte tablets to help replace the salts he lost through sweating, consuming many fewer calories than before. End quote. And this is why as soon as the show stops and you remove one side of this equation, meaning all the temporary incentives to be healthy, these people are tossed right back into their old environment and ways of life. Think of it like taking a heroin addict, washing them out in an extreme detox facility for 6 months with every resource available and a major financial bonus if they stay clean, and then sticking them back in their old environment with old drug-addicted friends and a ready supply of heroin in their house. What do we really think is going to happen? The answer should be obvious. Contestants fall back into old patterns and gain much of the weight back because they're set up to fail. They are put through an unsustainable life at breakneck pace and then dropped right back into the life scenario that got them unhealthy to begin with. On a smaller scale, millions and millions of people do this to themselves every single day. You'll hear things like, I'm trying this new 10-day cleanse, only lemon juice for me. Oh look, I lost 10 pounds, all of which was water weight, by the way. Or, I'm just trying to lose 20 pounds before my wedding or my vacation, fill in the blank. To the treadmill and only chicken and broccoli. Or maybe, I'm on a detox to flush out my toxins for this 30-day challenge. Admit it, you've probably said one of those sentences I just mentioned or something like it at some point in your life. Heck, you might be on a diet or a cleanse as you hear this right now. Even if you lose 100 or more pounds due to a series of extreme changes in your life, congrats by the way, you will always go back to normal if the changes aren't permanent, just like the show, which means you'll then have to begin the roller coaster boom and bust cycle all over again. Most health and fitness companies know this and expect you to consistently buy into their service, their product, or their latest and greatest solution. They need you to need them forever so that they can get paid and create the next get fit quick product. Ultimately, if you're somebody who has struggled to lose weight over a long period of time or has lost weight and seen it all creep back, you need to change your mindset right now. Imagine you are on the show, The Biggest Loser. If you want to change, you have to accept that you can't go home again. The old you is dead. You cannot go back to the way you used to live, ever. The old you got you where you are now. If you want to go somewhere new, you need a new you, a new way of living. Your normal has to change, or you are doomed. And that is an amazing thing that you will come to love. You just listened to the post titled, Why the Biggest Loser is Turning Us into Losers by Steve Kamb of nerdfitness.com. And I'll be right back with my commentary. Running a business online? Instantly build trust with your customers with a domain and matching professional email from GoDaddy so people know you mean business. And there's never been a better time. Visit godaddy.com/GD now and you can get a domain and professional email plan for just 99 cents a month for 1 year. That's a little price for a lot of credibility. Choose the domain that's right for you and a professional email to match. Go to godaddy.com/GD now and look legit. That's godaddy.com/GD now. New customer purchases only. Products auto-renew separately. See terms on site.
At Sierra, discover top workout gear at incredible prices, which might lead to another discovery. Your headphones haven't been connected this whole time. Awkward. Discover top brands at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
Dr. Neil here for my commentary. So now you probably know what I ended up saying to my patients who wanted to recreate The Biggest Loser when I was trying to educate them about lifestyle. The reason I said, this is probably not a good idea is because of the very reason Steve just mentioned. The game show, which is really what it is a very controlled environment. You don't have all of the responsibilities of normal life when you're on the game show. You get to work out 7 hours a day and burn 8,000 to 9,000 calories. You get catered meals. You have a huge financial incentive to stay on track. And unfortunately for most of us, our life is not a game show. We have to find ways to motivate ourselves without a huge financial gain if we meet our goals. And so I ended up asking my patients, what does The Biggest Loser teach us? And they responded with, well, anybody can do it. It's showing us that anybody can lose the weight if they really try. And then I said, really? So I asked them, how many of you can exercise for 8 hours a day? How many of you have meals catered for you every day? Of course, 0 raised their hands. And so I said, what I'm trying to teach you is something different, something more sustainable. I'm trying to create habits with you so that once the weight comes off, it stays off. Luckily, that was enough to convince them. All right, that'll do it from me for today. I hope you have a wonderful start to your week, and I'll see you back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.